Hello, YouTube RC lovers. Welcome to the very first episode of Theibault's RC Show. I'm your host, Theibault, aka Omar, and I want to welcome you guys to this. So, what is this RC show going to be all about? Well, it's going to be my day-to-day happenings in RC, delivered to you in a weekly, bi-weekly, hopefully not longer than that, period. I just want to get you guys into what I'm doing in terms of RC, what's happening, the kits, whatever's on my mind for RC. I just want to have a forum where I can talk to you guys about it, share what I'm doing with you guys. I want to start this first episode with just a brief history of myself and RC. I love this hobby. I think it's probably the greatest hobby that's out there in the world. I started this hobby a long time ago, back in 1985 for my 12th birthday. My father took me to the hobby store, and I went in there first wanting to get a model kit. At that age, I was really into building models, and that's something I enjoyed. I'll never forget going to a small hobby shop in Coscob, Connecticut called the Hobby House. And it was run by an older gentleman named John. I got to know him over the years. Unfortunately, he passed away from a heart attack many years ago. But he was very important in my formative years in RC. Walking to that hobby store that day, I remember when we pulled up, John had a big diorama in his front window of two Tamiya tanks. And they looked phenomenal. They're the 1/16 scale tanks. He had a Flak Panzer Jeopard and the old Leopard tank that Tamiya used to offer. Walking into the store, he had a new display in there. And before I could make my way to the model kits, all of a sudden I was just struck by a wonderful looking Tamiya box with the Hornet in it. I fell in love right then and there. I knew that I had to have that. And I looked at my father and I said, "Dad, can I get this?" Well, my birthday is in August. It's in the summer. So this was summertime. And the previous school year I'd gotten straight A's. And, you know, I was a good kid growing up. So my father, bless his heart, obliged me. And I remember John coming over and mentioning to my father that this was a kit that needed to be built. It wasn't complete, that we needed a radio system and we needed a battery and a charger and all of that. But my father, he was game. And so we picked these items up, and I remember John looking at me. He gave me that look like, "Kid, you're never going to get this thing built." But I went home, and that night I stayed up all night building that kit. I only got maybe a third of the way through the kit. But for the next 2 days, I worked and I worked and I worked, and I got the kit built and ready to go. And I was ecstatic. This is back in the days before electronic speed controllers. And being a rookie and never having had an RC car, I remember that I put the battery in the car, switched on the car before the transmitter, which, as we all know, is a major no-no. And the car just shot forward because of that old mechanical speed controller that Tamiya fanatics know and love. And all I could do is keep my foot on the ground to keep it from running away. Well, back then, these cars had resistors built into them. And the resistor popped with my foot being in front of it and the car going wide open throttle with nowhere to go. So, shut it down, figured out it was my resistor that had gone out, and said to my dad, "Oh, Dad, I blew this, I made this mistake, and I need a new resistor." We took a trip back to the hobby shop, and lo and behold, took the car in with me. John, he was pretty surprised to see that I'd built the kit, and I explained what happened, and he just shook his head, and I said, "No, what's going on?" And he said, "Son, I am out of those resistors. I have to put one on order for you, and you're going to be looking at 2 weeks on delivery." So that was my very first foray into RC. I got a brand new car for my birthday that I put together that I was so excited at as a 12-year-old kid to have. And as you can imagine, I'd spent all this time and energy, and as a kid, you know, we have no patience, and here I am being told that I have to wait 2 weeks before I can run my car. Needless to say, that was the longest 2 weeks of my life ever. And finally got the resistor in, put it into the car, switched the transmitter on first, put the battery pack in, turn it on, and the rest is history. And here I'm going on 30 years, so here we are now. And 2015 is going to be an amazing year for me and RC. I'm so looking forward to all the different projects that I have, which is why I've created the show, to bring you guys in and just give you a window into my RC happenings. That being said, I couldn't resist. I have a lovely little Hornet right over here with me. Terrific car. If you don't have one of these, go out and get one. They, as drivers, are horrible, but it's not about how well they drive. It's about the amount of fun that you can have one of these kids. This is one of the re-releases, one of the Hornets that I have. I have quite a few Hornets. Real special place in my heart for this particular car. This one right here has not been run yet, so one of these days I am going to have a run video with it. I happen to also have one of the Joan Watanabe special edition Hornets, that purple and white one, if you've seen any pictures of it. I have the metallic special 30th anniversary Hornet. But this one right here is my newest of my re-releases that will be a runner. I have another one that actually got trashed. Ran it, had a great time, had some neighborhood kids who always wanted to run, and that was the car that I take out when I was running my other cars so that the kids had something fun to play with. And over time, I mean, just too many kids playing with it and driving it into tires and curbs and things like that. And that poor Hornet got absolutely trashed until one day on one of the big jumps, the kids and I, we were having fun, and they managed to crack the chassis. At that point, I mean, it was in tatters. Most of the time I'll save and repair my RC cars, but you know, with this re-release kit being out there and being so inexpensive, I didn't bother. That one, I took all the parts that I could use out of it for spares and just binned it. You should have seen the body on it. It was toast. It was in a beautiful orange color, but it was just completely destroyed. But just wanted to show you this little guy right here. This is pure love. Absolutely love this car. So happy that Tommy has been re-releasing all of my favorite kits that I grew up with and had. Gives me an opportunity to rekindle my youth and play with some of the cars that, as a young man, even though I worked and I had a paper out and I did all of the leaf raking in the fall and snow shovel in the winter to make money and my paper route and odd jobs and whatnot. There are a lot of kits I couldn't afford, which nowadays luckily are coming back and I've been able to repurchase. But that being said, and this being the first episode, that's just a little bit of my history into RC. So looking forward to being able to have additional kits and items that I will be showing and playing for you guys. That being said, I also want to tell you about a different feature I'll be doing on my channel. I am going to be doing a collection close-up. Just going through my collection, I realized I have a lot of RC cars that I've collected over the years. Almost all of them are runners, and I do run them from time to time. I don't believe I have a single Shelf Queen that does not get run. Maybe with the exception of my old original granddaddy T-Max. It's clean, I mean, it's ready to go. Being nitro, I'm mostly electric. I do have nitro cars and I do like to run nitro, but that T-Max just sits on the shelf. That being said, I will be doing a collection close-up series of videos as well. It won't be part of the Theibault's RC show. They will be separate videos that I'll be posting from time to time. And in those collection close-ups, I will take a moment and have a car, shoot some video of the car, yeah, at the table somewhere here, maybe I might get a motorized turntable so that I can just film it as it's going around and talk about the car, shell on, shell off, the kind of fun that I've had with that car. So that's something else to look forward to on my YouTube channel. But getting back to Theibault's RC show, the other item that I want to talk about is I'm going to also be doing a series of kit builds that I will put up on my YouTube channel. And with this being the very first episode of Theibault's RC show, I figured that I would show you guys what I just got recently, which will be featured as my first kit build on the channel. If you've watched a lot of my videos on my YouTube channel, you'll notice that the majority of them, outside of the drift car and some quadcopter stuff that I've done, are off-road RC cars. My Axial EXO, which I love, and it's in a state of disrepair right now. It just needs a couple little repairs. I have the parts, just haven't had time. Too many projects. I know some of you can feel me on that one. But the next project that you'll see for the build series is going to be something that I just received today. I was hoping to have this before Christmas, but I ordered it from Stella Hobbies at the beginning of December. Stella, by the way, fantastic hobby shop in Hong Kong. Now, I live in Colorado, but I do purchase a lot of kits from Stella. Oh, hey, buddy. This, can you look over here? Can you look here? This is my best friend and my buddy. His name is Coda. Look, over here. Okay, good boy. He's a good boy. He puts up with me and my RC stuff, so you'll have to mind Mr. Coda. And as you can tell, he is a gigantic German Shepherd. Luckily, he's very kind with my RCs, so he doesn't bother me too much when it comes to dealing with the RCs and building. The only thing that Mr. Coda likes is for me to give him a bone when I'm doing a build. Otherwise, he will pester me incessantly because I'm not paying attention to him. I'm paying attention to my RC cars. But that being said, let me show you guys what I have in store for the build series. Coda, you want to sit? Good dog. Good sit. Okay. You want to show them what we got? So, this is going to be my kit for my build series. This is a brand new Tamiya TT02 Type S car. This has a few of the upgrades included out of the box, no body shell. So what we're looking at is oil-filled dampers, as well as, if I recall right, the uprated shock towers that are going to be in the kit, and a few other pieces. In addition to the TT02 Type S, I did get a few, just a few, of the necessary pop-up parts that anybody who would get a TT02, I would highly recommend you get. Most important of those being the steering bridge, aluminum steering bridge, and the racing steering set, the aluminum propeller joints, and the aluminum shaft to go with that. Of course, I have a full complement of ball bearings for the unit. I did splurge and also pick up, just because Stella gave such a great deal on it, the titanium screw set. I love picking these up for Tamiya kits. I'm a big fan of metric screws, and these guys have metric hex heads on them. So, only reason I went with these. I didn't do it for weight. This is not going to be a racer kit. It's purely for fun. Oh, I also got a set of 3 racing shocks. I wanted to get the TRF ones, but every place that I looked for the mini CVA dampers that Tamiya makes were sold out. So went with these. These should be pretty good. I've used a set of these previously on a build many years ago, and I'm hoping the quality hasn't changed. Sometimes when it comes to some of these Chinese and Hong Kong parts, it's hit or miss on the quality, but 3 Racing on their shocks have been pretty good, so I'm pretty excited to build this kit. One final tip too, if you ever pick up any of the Tamiya kits, go out of your way, get some of these Yeah Racing hardened aluminum pinion gears. The aluminum pinion gears that come in the Tamiya kits by themselves, they are butter soft, and if you're going to put any kind of a brushless motor like I plan on throwing into this guy here, that pinion will just get eaten up and you'll end up with messed up spur gear, messed up gears inside the tranny, and you'll end up with a gray paste that will completely transmission. I know this from experience. So again, if you have a Tamiya kit that has one of those awful butter soft aluminum kit box pinions, do yourself a favor and either get Tamiya's hardened units or pick up like a Yeah Racing. Just be careful when it comes to Tamiya kits. A lot of their pinions are slightly different pitch. They're not going to be 48 pitch like we're accustomed to here. In the States, they're a metric pitch, usually an 06 mod as they call it, or there's an 05, there's an 08. So just make sure you get the right one for it, but I highly recommend it. So anyways, this is what I have coming up for you guys in 2015 on my YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody. In the last month or two, ever since I put up the review video for the SS1 sound unit, my channel is blown up. I've gained in 3 weeks over 50 subscribers, which is huge because it took me 4 years to get up to 100 subscribers. So for all of you who've subscribed to my channel, I thank you. I thank you very much. And again, when you watch these videos, if you enjoy what you see, please like the videos. That helps me out a lot. Subscribe to them if you have not subscribed already. Share them with your friends. I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, I have a Facebook page for Theibault's RC. Feel free to go sign up for those. If you have any of that, share the videos on social media. And by all means, anybody who is not subscribed to me and subscribes to my channel, I will subscribe to your channel back in kind. And I do watch the videos. I really enjoy it. I love this hobby. Just in the last month or two, I've had some great interactions with some hobbyists that have different YouTube channels that I've had a blast just commenting on their videos and chatting with them. So to all those guys, thank you. Keep it up. I'm loving it. It's been a fantastic time. That being said, that is the end of the very first episode of Theibault's RC Show. I will have more episodes coming to you soon. I am in a position right now where with my day-to-day work, things are very busy with the holidays ending. But going into January, I'm going to have a lot more time. So I'm really, really looking forward to the builds. I will have more run videos, and I will be producing this RC show for you guys just to keep you up to date with the happenings and what's going on. And then late in January, you should start seeing my collection close-up videos. Hopefully I can make those fun. But again, thank you guys. I'm really looking forward to 2015. Please provide comments, anything you want to see or hear me talk about on the show. Let me know. And until the next episode, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys soon.